All right, welcome to another episode, everyone. Your host, Jack McKeag. Get my work on jackmckeg.com, of course, or Liberty Aid. And we're going to be talking about debt removal today and really debt consolidation and what that is and what to do with it and what not to do with it and so on. It's just another form of debt that's collected illegally, right? All debt by every bank in every country is all collected illegally. So, because they supposedly, they give you dollars, right? The bank does, but you're really just trading your promissory note for in God we trust promissory notes. And as the middleman, the banker, for, ripping you off, right? Just because you didn't get any money, right? They're like, but you got a car. Well, wait a minute. Did you get a car? You get a car for a little while, right? And did you own it? No, you had to be paying the bank the whole time. What did the bank get for making it so you had to pay back all those payments and so on? What did the bank get at the time you filled out the paperwork for the loan? What did they get? Do you know? They got a deposit of the exact same value. They already got all the money up front right when you signed it immediately. That's not even counting all the money you're going to give them. They got it immediately, and then they went and spent it. That's how come they have, every, best property in every city and a giant buildings. You think a business can get by on 1%? Impossible. They get the full value of your loan. Did when you got your loan, did you get any dollars to pay back the loan? No, right? You didn't. So that means you have to be a slave to, the car dealer or the bank. Really, the bank got, the most money. The car dealer at least had to pay some for the car and everything. The bank didn't have to pay anything. They just got the full value immediately. Thank you. So really, that's slavery. So this is debt consolidation is just an extension of slavery. It's one of the marketing brands of slavery that they have. So since we guarantee to remove every debt, and since every debt is collected illegally at Liberty Aid and jackmckeg.com, right? LibertyAid.org. The idea is, you want to keep your credit great and so on. I mean, we got a lot of work out there for you to do to get an understanding of how to maximize the money you take from. But let's just say, your person, not your credit, it's not your credit, it's your person's credit, which is a business entity, right? So let's say, and you can get credit under other business types, LLC, trusts, on and on. And you don't need, personal credit, good personal credit to get it. But it helps. But let's say you're a couple, it makes sense to, boost your credit as much as possible and then cyclically, take the most amount of money from that and not give the bank anything. If you're a partnership, you can do that. You keep one of your, uh, you know, credit scores good, and you can always get credit cards for the other and so on. Anyway, so banks are stealing everything from everyone. It's a Ponzi scheme where they own everything at the end, and you're their slaves all the time in between. And at the end, you're literally their slave because they stole everything from everyone. Right? No one owns any houses, and they always repossess cars, houses, everything. They own everything. And if not, well, you still got to pay taxes on it and so on. They own everything. You don't own it if the bank has a loan on it. It's not yours. It's the bank's. Okay? So we're in slavery. So the goal is to take as much money from the banks as possible. So let's say your person's credit score is kind of topping out a little bit. You're worried like, oh, my credit score is going to go down because I'm not paying, all this credit card debt and stuff like that. You could try then, if you still have a good credit score, right? You can push a significant piece of your debt and consolidate it, push all those accounts into one account. Maybe. Most of these places are scams, okay? If not all of them. I mean, they're all a scam to one level, obviously, because they're trying to scam you in their loan, right? But then they have fees and this and that, and they might just, take your money and not give you your debt consolidation, kind of mess up your credit and so on. So that's a complete, it seems like a 50-50 shot that they're going to wreck the stuff you already have going on. That's just seems like their work out there from a lot of the research I've done. But if you think you can get a significant debt consolidation payoff of your other stuff and whatnot, keep your credit score up, hey, that means you can take more money from the bankers, which nothing wrong with that, because we guarantee to remove any debt. And this is unsecured debt. It's like nothing, right? Worst comes to worst, if you don't use our methods, whatever, right? Unsecured debt comes off your credit report in 7 years. They're not going to get a penny. So who cares, right? So this is really these bank, second-rate bankers at debt consolidation are just trying to rip you off right before you go under, right, by stealing some extra money. And plus, what? They get, remember, they get all the dollars that they lent to you on their bank account, right? They're like, thanks, we already made out. Yay, pay everybody. Go make money, They don't care. Like the money you're going to send it is gravy to them. That's just extra stuff, They don't care. It really doesn't matter to them that much. They get paid up front. So everybody does. So, if you're trying to maximize the amount that you're going to take from the banks, a lot of people come to my work and they're like, oh man, I wish I knew everything that you're doing and so on. Sometimes, the best thing they can do is make a last ditch. Let me take as much, take more money from the banks right before you sabotage whatever your person's credit, you're not getting any money. So this might be, for a brief window of time, for very few people, a way to jump in and get an extra pile from the bankers, to put in your trust or what have you, before you quit paying them. Because none of their debt is legally collected, so it's easy to get them off your back if you know what you're doing, and I do, and I prove it. So that's a little bit about debt consolidation. Use them like any banker, take their money as much as you can, but, this is kind of at the end, right? It's an end game thing. These folks aren't going to get any of your money back. You're not going to pay them back, really. This is just like a last-ditch thing right before you roll under with all your person, right? Okay. All right. Hope that helps out.